Hey guys, still here and welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. A lot has happened since the last episode. In the previous episode I showed you that I was working on building solar sails. Or rather, I was working on setting up the production capabilities. And that's what I ended the episode with. So I had the EM rail ejectors over here. The EM rail ejectors were the ones that were going to launch the solar sails. And at that point, I stopped the episode, and now I have my own little solar sail factory here. Now, the solar sails require quite a few ingredients. They require the graphene and the photon combiner. These things together are enough to build a solar sail, but building these two is not that easy. It takes a lot of production capability. I have a lot of chemical labs here. Earlier on, I have the circuit boards, which are being produced here by I think these are the advanced replicators that I used, the assembling machine 2, and that then gets delivered to two different facilities. One is this one, the Planetary Logistics Station. This Planetary Logistics Station then brings it over through shuttles, these boys over here, the logistics drones, to the South Pole. This was very much an experiment because I just wanted to see how these work. But also, I have one over on the North Pole, so that's where we're going to go. And here we are. Why the North Pole? Well, the North and the South Pole, depending on, of course, the orientation of the planet, these things will always have, or generally have, the best firing arc. At least that's my understanding of it. So the pitch limit is currently the problem, but once the pitch limit is going to get cleared, we will start to see these things launch solar sails. The solar sails can actually be seen with the naked eye. All these things orbiting the star are solar sails. Now, solar sails are not just there to make pretty lights in the sky. I currently have 448 of them. They're also here to generate power. And let me just zoom over to the South Pole, where you can also see the other part of the logistics network here. This is the second planetary logistics station, and this is the one that provides the second EM rail cannon, or the second EM rail ejector, with more solar sails. Then we have this monstrosity, the ray receiver. The ray receiver is a device that captures the power that gets captured by the solar sails. And this thing then transforms that into power. It has a maximum output of 12.5 megawatts. And so long as I just keep producing solar sails, this thing will keep giving me power. As long as there is a more or less direct line of sight. Now, what is next for this operation? Well, I have managed to research the new tech block. Let me just show you here. This is the structure matrix. It requires diamonds. That's these boys over here. You build those using graphene. Or, sorry, graphite, not graphene. This is graphene, this is graphite. It's a different machine, or different resource. You build this using the energetic graphite. Alright, that's not too hard. But it also requires something else. And that is that. A titanium crystal. That is a problem, because on this planet, and let me show you on the star map, this planet has no titanium ore. So as much as I would like, I just can't build that stuff over here. Fortunately, this is not the only planet in this system. We also have Lambda Piscium 2, and these guys have a lot of titanium ore. It's a lava type ocean that they have on it. 86.4% is workable. So construction area is that good. Loads and loads of iron ore, copper ore, silicon ore, titanium ore, stone. So this would be a very good candidate. Oh, and also the solar energy ratio is quite good. So it doesn't produce as much from wind power, but from solar power, much more so. Now this might also be an interesting opportunity to use the silicon ore to start going for a more solar-based power grid. Considering that the energy from the solar is so good, I could work with solar panels and accumulators to store the power that the solar energy gets, or that the solar energy produces. Now that's one candidate. There's another one, Lambda Piscium 4. This one might actually be more appealing. It has less solar energy and less wind energy. It has titanium ore, stone ore, coal ore, so the usual water type ocean. It also has fire ice. Now fire ice is a resource that you can use, where was it? It produces something rather rare in a very good efficiency, if I'm not mistaken. I just need to figure, yeah, here, graphene. All you need is the fire ice. But I don't know how to I don't know how to mine those. I'm thinking it might be just the standard mining devices, the mining machines, but I'm not sure. And you can do some other stuff with it as well. So you got the advanced recipe for graphene. I believe there were some other ways that you could use it. So my plan here is to head over to that faraway planet, Lambda Piscium 4. Before I go, I want to bring some resources with me, because I'll have to build quite a lot of stuff out there. Oh, by the way, here's a shuttle zooming overhead. There she goes. I won't have immediate access to the resources that I have over here, so whatever I want to build there, I need to bring. Which means that I'm going to already start producing a couple of the buildings that I need. And maybe the building that I just showed you, this one, the ray receiver, would be an interesting first building. It might not always provide me with power, but I'm willing to see if it'll work or not. So I'm going to need one of those. I'll probably need a few mining machines to start mining operations over there. We're probably going to require a couple of smelters. Let's say 2 smelters at least. And then let's just hover up a whole bunch of iron ingots, copper ingots, and magnets. Because those are really the most critical resources for the moment, I think. There we go. Vertical construction level 2. There is another thing that I'm not quite figuring out yet. If I need to go to the other planets, I can build the stuff that I need over there. So that's that new energy, or that new structure matrix. The problem is, how do I get it back? Because damned if I'm going to be flying back and forth, capturing the resources and doing manual trips. That is really not part of the plan. The thing is, if I don't want to do that myself, I'm going to have to outsource that. The Interstellar Logistics System. It's basically the bigger brother of the planetary logistics system, and it allows you to ship stuff from planets to planets. But in order to do that, you first need structure matrices. So my plan for now is to go over to the other planet, build the stuff there, then fly back here once with 120 of those structure matrices, make sure that I have the resources brought directly to the resource lab, so the structure matrices, do the research, and then come up with the Interstellar Logistics Network, so that then I can start importing the stuff from the other planet. This is going to be quite a bit of work, but then again, that is the appeal of this game. Now let's see how we're doing on power. What can I toss into the chamber? I have some more of these. I still have a few solar cells at random, some coal. I have a lot of titanium ore that I won't actually be using. I even have a few kimberlite ores, directly crystallized from kimberlite magma under CO2 rich conditions. Diamonds can be obtained by further smelting. Okay, lovely. Over here I want to have the other drones. So these now have 5 drones. Are we still launching? No, we haven't launched one of those in a while. Alright, I'll set another one of them up. What else would I need? I have power production, but I don't yet have Tesla towers. So let's set up the Tesla towers. I have plenty of logistics belts. I might need a few more sorters over there. And of course, I can also set up some basic resource gathering over there. That's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, I think I have at least some of the basics covered here. Resource miners. Maybe a storage or two. Let's go with some more smelters, because I will be required to smelt the coal into energetic graphite. And yeah, I wanted to mine these. Oh, sorry, no, that's titanium crystal. I don't need the titanium crystal just yet. No, I do. I do. So, I'm gonna have to set up some more production capabilities. Because for the titanium crystal to get produced, you need the titanium ingot. It's not that hard to make if you have the planet for it. But I also need to make organic crystals. They can be produced by just using some of the resources that you mine, but those are expendable resources. They're not renewables, like trees and... what is that? Organic mass, I think. And water. The other alternative is plastic. Yeah, we're gonna have to set up a whole factory over there. Alright, well, let me grab some extra fuel. I still need some more graphene, and I think we can then take to the skies. And head over to the other planet. Would you mind if I borrow this? Sorry, graphite. I'll get it right eventually. Graphite, graphene, it's not quite the same. Alright, I think we're all prepped. I went off camera and got a few more supplies, and in the meanwhile I'm standing next to one of the EM rail ejectors. This is an extra one, it's throwing up even more solar sails. And you can see it charges up with a bunch of solar sails. And then immediately as it expends one, it gets reloaded from this huge conveyor belt that goes all the way to the North Pole. So, I think we're about good to go. And that means we're gonna take to the skies. Now, it's been the first... well, it will be the first time that I actually fly over to a different planet. So if stuff doesn't quite go as well as I hope, then you are here to witness the failure. Let's see if I have enough in the combustion chamber. I can toss in a bit more. I have 1.35 gigajoules in there. Alright, here we go. Up, up, up and over. We are going... no. I think that's it. Lambda Piscium 4? Maybe? But at 100 meters per second, this is going to take me forever, right? Is that really where we're going? Maybe I should wait for these planets to line up. Target distance. 2.53 AU. That means 2.52 light years, right? AU is light years, I think. Right, well, this is going to take a while then. Unfortunately, my sail speed is limited to 100 meters per second. And I don't believe that there's any way currently to speed that up. This is solar sail life. In case you're wondering, by the way, I have Quinn on my lap, my kid. Yeah, that was perfect timing. Yeah, I don't have the drive engine yet, nor can I unlock it, so I'm stuck to 100 meters per second. Right, well this is going to be a bit of traveling time off screen. I'll catch you guys when we make planetfall. Now, as we're moving away from Lambda Piscium 3, I thought I'd look back. We're currently 0.25 AUs away from Lambda Piscium 3, which is where I started. Just notice how small that planet looks in the rearview mirror. It really feels like... is that it? Is that what I've been spending all that time on, building my factory up? Well, supposedly yes. And I'm really looking forward to doing something quite similar on a Lambda Piscium 4. Oh, and by the way, I had to look it up, but an AU is not a light year. Well, I understood the difference when I saw Alioth over there at 10.7 light years. An AU is an astronomical unit, and it is a length, roughly the distance from Earth to the Sun, equal to about 8 million kilometers, or 8 light minutes. Yeah, Quinn, it's a really, a really far away place. ETA, I'm not really sure. Maybe several minutes? Let's just keep cruising. Now, as we pass, well, not so much pass by the sun, but as we fly closer to the sun, ironic considering we're Icarus, you can see over to our right side all the solar sails. All these beautiful tiny lights in the sky. Those are part of my, well, to-be Dyson sphere, if you will. I currently have 295 of these little things up there, and I'm actually quite surprised at how much light they give off, considering that they're really, supposedly, small solar sails. The EM rail ejector is not throwing out massive space mirrors as far as I understand it. Yeah, Quinn, I know it's going to take us a while to get there, but don't worry. Still, we're really getting some light feedback from these things. Quite some reflection. Once again, a look from space in the rearview mirror, and as you can see from Landapicium 3, or actually the planet where I was, which I believe was 4. Let me check that. Landapicium 3 is where I'm firing these things from. You can see flashes coming from the planet, and those are solar sails as they are being launched. Now, the combination of the music, flying through space, and watching your own solar sails get launched, I really love this game. It is just such a soothing experience. It's calming, yet it requires you to actually come up with logistics networks. You really have to do quite a bit of work in this game, but it is such a chill game, and the music just sticks in my head even when I'm not playing. Now, with about 1 unit of AU left, or 1 AU, we should be approaching Landapicium 4 in the next few minutes. And here we are, Landapicium 4. Looks like a bit of a frozen hellhole, but I suppose it's going to be our new home. And over here, I'm going to be looking for 3 resources combined. I would like to see a combination of titanium, oil, and coal. Those things are the requirements to build the new, what do we call it? The structure matrix. So if I can find those together, that'd be great. We got coal veins. Please tell me there is oil on... Oh, no. Oh, crap. Well, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Boom. This planet doesn't have any oil. Okay. My own planet. Crude oil, 32.59 per second. This one has fire ice, but no oil. Well, that's a bit of a problem. In that case, what I can do is build titanium ingots here and bring a ton of those over. And then I could use the base components on the other planet to build the organic crystals. Because I can already build them there. I can already build the organic crystals. I already have a plastic plant set up. I just need a ton of titanium. And, of course, ideally, the fire ice. Now, what does fire ice look like here? Let's have a look. What does fire ice look like? Let me zoom out a bit more. Got coal veins there, a very low amount of copper, more titanium. Here are silicon veins. I'm going to need those. Fire ice veins, there. That is good stuff. I want to mine that. And we got iron ore there. Titanium. Titanium and silicon. This could be a pretty decent spot. Right here. Is this the only fire ice location? No, we also have titanium. Yeah, this is where I am. Titanium. How much fire ice is there on this planet? 1.25 million. That's only here. It's only close to the North Pole. So if I want to use this stuff, I'm going to have to get to the North Pole. This means that I'll probably be setting up another planetary logistics system here at some point. First, I'm going to need silicon ore, and I'm going to need titanium ore. And judging by the orientation of the planet, I'm thinking the North Pole could be a decent spot to set up my receiver, so that I can get the energy from it. So, where's the North Pole? I am oriented like this, so I need to head to my right, there. There's titanium, iron. Where's the fire ice? There's the Dyson sphere, or at least the early beginnings of it. Fire ice vein. Right, this thing seems to have a pretty decent line of sight to what I need. So if I can set up the ray receiver here. There we go, we're generating power. We're getting 2.62 megawatts. Continuous receiving about 0.6, maximum output 5 megawatts. So yeah, we are definitely getting power. Now then, let's start setting up some of these miners. It's going to be a bit uncomfortable considering the orientation of the planet. Or at least the high altitude that I'm at.
You need to
or
keep it within the power
longitude, longitude.
And supply it with power facilities in order to maintain its normal works.
Yeah, just tandem with that one. Now that I have the fire ice, I can turn that into hydrogen and graphene. Sorry, I had to check there. This is done, I think, in a chemical factory or chemical facility. Let's check that theory. Chemical plant. What can you make me? Fire ice. Yes.
You have a build without recipe set. Please set the recipe you want.
Nope, that's the wrong one. I need the advanced recipe.
Use the less than
that one.
To copy the
there we go.
The
so if I use fire ice, I can also get hydrogen, which is ideal because it outputs what I need to keep the mech powered. Now I still have a lot of energy here, so right now I don't need it as badly, but it's good to know that I have some parts that can be useful. Here we go. Now this is going to output 2 resources, so I'm also going to output 2 conveyor belts. Here and here. This one I'm going to set up like this. Set filter, it's going to output the hydrogen. It's a good thing that they don't have power yet, otherwise the conveyor belt would get messed up immediately. And this one, Quinn does not seem to like this part. Graphene. Alright, power. There we go. Now I can immediately pick up the hydrogen and I can toss that in the combustion chamber. And that is about 200 more megawatts, I think. Something like that. Right, so this is going to take a lot of setup time. Because I unfortunately don't have any oil. Is there any other way to make these resources? Afraid not, actually. Let's make another chemical lab. Or chemical plant. Just to see what my options are. I don't need it powered, I just need to see what I can build. Yeah, this thing is absolutely going to require oil. What about the other one? The oil refinery. It kind of has the word in it. If you want to refine oil, you need oil. So the whole plan might be in trouble. Now, what I can do is set up at least some titanium extraction here. Titanium and silicon. So down here is where we're going to build. And I have a couple of these power poles. They extend the range quite significantly. To here. Let me check, where is that? Yeah, I am heading in the right direction. Alright. One more to here. One more to here. Iron ore. Silicon veins. Titanium veins. That's where we're going. Alright, from here I can probably take it over with the standard Tesla towers. So let's start mining some silicon. Mine a bit of that. Mine a bit of that. And then I'm probably just going to toss it into a storage, because at the moment I don't really know what else to do with it. I'm going to have to revise my plans substantially, since I cannot get any oil over here. So what I can do is bring over a whole load of titanium, preferably the refined titanium ingots. And once I have those, I can build this stuff back on the planet. These and the diamonds are fairly easy. That's just compressing graphite. That's going to be a running joke. Just transforming energetic graphite from diamonds to, or from energetic graphite to diamonds, and then I have the required resources. So let's start harvesting a ton, not of silicon, but of titanium. You will get power. Just gonna set up a bit of a storage storage facility here. You can toss that in there. Power line. Built me. No, I don't need 10 actually. Just 2 for now. And then give me another miner here. Output, output. You guys are gonna join together and go that way. And then set up a storage here. Connect that to here. And give them some power. Oh, I think I put that power pole slightly too far away. This should be better. No? Oh. Generation capacity, none. I think that we just lost line of sight to our transmitter. Confirm. Hold on, am I at a different pole now? Yeah, probably. Yeah, Quinn, don't worry, I'll find the right pole again. Where am I? I think this game could benefit from waypoints. Which means that they're probably already... Yeah, there we go, we're in the dark. The waypoints are probably already in, I just haven't discovered them yet. Right, so... For now, I might have to go with a few wind turbines. Although they're supposedly not the most efficient. Because there is less wind here. Let's see how much these things generate. Only 200 kilowatts. Power load is slightly higher than that, shall we say. So I'm going to have to build a lot more of these. And wait for this thing to come back online. And potentially build an accumulator. So that all of the stuff that I don't actually use, I can still use later. Alright, so a lot of work is to be done, and I'll do that off screen. For now, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the flight over to the new planet. And the next time you'll see this place, it's going to look pretty different. See you then.